No matter what situation you're going through, you should never consider taking your life. It's just not an option. It shouldn't be an option.
I need your love like I need water.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I know that my background right now is really boring. I moved my room around last week. I'm not done with this process yet. Also, I am sorry about my voice. I've been sick for like 7 days now with like a cold. So yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with me sounding like that today. I'm sorry. Hopefully it goes away soon. I'm really tired of it too. The video that I wanted to put out today is a very requested video. I've shared this story many times before on retreats and conferences and just talking with different people, and that is sharing my story, sharing my testimony, because I really feel called to help bring others closer to Christ, whether it's through my experiences and the things that I've gone through and learned, or things that I believe strongly about that I can share with other people. And so I've had the opportunity to share that like by speaking. And I also wanted to be able to share my testimony now on my YouTube channel because I know a lot of my subscribers don't know me personally. Yeah, that's the video that we're gonna do today. So let's just jump right into it. I wanted to start off by saying that I don't think it's easy for anyone to stand in front of a camera or a group of people or one person for that matter. And sometimes it's not fun to even admit to yourself the things that you go through in your life. I feel like what pushes me to share my story and my message is my love for God and the love that God has shown me that helped me overcome any of the struggles that I had gone through, and that just gives me this motivation, this passion to be on YouTube and speak to people and just share His love, because I don't think anyone can ever understand the immense love that God has for each of us. So, just to start off, I've been born and raised in Florida. I have a great family, a really big family. I'm gonna try not to cough right into the microphone. So yeah, I have a huge family, a lot of cousins, mom, dad, 2 sisters. All my grandparents are still alive. I've just been really blessed. Yeah, so I've been like raised in the Catholic faith. I was in Catholic school from the time I was in nursery school to graduating high school last year. So for 18 years really, I was in Catholic school. Now I'm in a public college, but I feel like I have more opportunity to evangelize and share my faith now in college than I did in the entire amount of time that I was in Catholic school for, which is crazy to me and really cool. Going through school, I had a good group of friends, but I always felt like everyone kind of had their niche, like they all had like what they were good at, and it just seemed everyone like fit. And even though like I had my group that I would like hang out with or whatever, I just never felt like I really fit and that I really had something that I was super good at, you know, like my thing. Like I just didn't have that. And I feel like when you're young, you can feel really lost when you don't have that thing that you can connect to and a group of people you share interests with and stuff. And so it's really important that you find that, and I just feel like I really didn't. And my parents, like I said, raised us in like a really Catholic environment, and they were always bringing us to Bible studies and church and all of these things, and I just really felt like I was going through the motions and I didn't really have my own faith. And so that's really hard too. Even though I had super good friends, I guess I didn't feel like I was good enough, and I also didn't feel that with God. And this went up until my 8th grade year, and then I went into high school. And I really thought everything was going to change. It's a new start. You know, I can grow my faith in high school and join youth group and, you know, meet new friends too. And I was wrong. Growing in my faith became even harder because in high school, people put so many temptations in your path. Thank God I stayed really strong in that, and I had really strong morals growing up. And even though I didn't feel that super close connection with God, I knew that partying and drinking and smoking and all of those types of things just wasn't something I really wanted to be a part of. And so I did stay away from that. And so that's kind of been a really big blessing in my life. And, you know, I don't really have a super strong desire for that still. Anyways, so going forward, I started to kind of lose touch with all the friends I was close with in middle school. We all went to the same school, but I feel like everyone just kind of found their group and found what they wanted to do, and I still felt like I just didn't know what that was for me. The friends that I did have, I feel like I just kind of put on a mask and I went to school and was close with them, and you know, I just didn't feel like I fit. Going into my sophomore year, I really went into a place of depression, and it wasn't because my life sucked, because it didn't. My family was always there for me. I knew that I had people that cared about me. I just feel like I felt really alone, and like I didn't really have a purpose. And I think when you don't have God in your life, it's really easy to feel that way. So basically every night of my sophomore year, I would come home and cry to my parents and beg them to let me leave the school I was at. And I would cry myself to sleep. There were multiple times when I thought about suicide. That was just probably the lowest point in my life. No matter what situation you're going through, you should never consider taking your life, because it's such a blessing. God put each of us on this earth for a reason, and He has a plan for each of us. And so giving up, it's just not an option. It shouldn't be an option. To see this become so common really makes me sad. And I think that that's why I'm so passionate about mental health now, and why I'm a psych major. I just want to put an end to it. And I know that I can't do that alone. But I think that if you can change one person's life, then they can go and change another's. And that's part of why I'm doing this channel. No one should have to go through that alone. Basically, I went through that time, and I never told anyone that I felt this way. My mom, I think, started to notice that I was just really down a lot, and I'm normally a really happy-go-lucky person, and so it was not normal of me to act this way. So she decided to send me on a retreat. It was with a bunch of people I didn't know. I knew one girl that I went on there with. When I went on that retreat, I should have gone looking for a relationship with God. Instead, I went looking for a relationship with people. Let me preface this by saying that in my freshman and sophomore year, I thought that the way for me to feel fulfilled and to not feel so empty was to be in a relationship. And so there were multiple guys that I would like try to talk to and stuff, and there were guys who just called me ugly, said that I wasn't worth it, said that, you know, I was never going to feel that love. And that was really hard. I did meet people and thought that they were really good friends. There was this one guy, and I was kind of like, oh, he's cute, like, you know, maybe something could be there, because, you know, this is formed on a foundation in God, and, you know, that's gotta last, right? Like, that's gotta be real. I remember this one night after the retreat, I thought I had hit rock bottom. You know, like, I didn't want to be at the school I was at, because I had met all these people from other schools on that retreat who I thought were real friends. So I wanted to leave even more now. I felt even more alone where I was at. I remember laying on my bedroom floor, sobbing, crying, and I was just ready to end it. And this guy, he texted me, and he was like, I don't know why, but I just want you to know that God has great plans for you. I feel like for the first time I really realized that. I really believed it myself, that He did have plans for me, and how stupid it was that I was about to end my life because I felt like I was a burden, and that I felt like I was not enough, when I was so clearly more than enough, or God would not have created me, because God does not make mistakes. To feel like you burden people is not a good feeling. Because to be yourself and to be told it's still not enough, or that there's something wrong about how you are. something wrong about your personality, the way that you express your emotions, the way that you express that you love people. I never wanted anyone to feel the way that I did, that they weren't enough, because everyone is enough. And for me, I feel like the way that I can express that to people is by showing them how much I do care. And not everybody's like that. So I think it's going to be really hard for people to see that. I mean, then and now, and for the rest of my life, probably. I really let myself go through this cycle of use with that group of friends from that retreat. And I just felt like I was so scared to lose them that I just let them use me. I was more willing to feel used than to feel alone again. And so that went on for like a year. I finally realized that I was being treated like crap and that I deserved someone who really was going to care about me, someone who really loved me. And that ended up being someone who I had been good friends with my entire life. I don't think that if I would have gone through what I did in past relationships and been told that I was never going to feel love, I didn't deserve to feel loved. All of these things, these hurtful things that I had been told by people in the past. I knew that I finally deserved someone who would really treat me with respect and love me the way that I deserved to be loved. And I knew that that person was Jack. Because for my entire life, Jack has always been there for me. In all of the years when I felt so alone, and I felt like no one was there, I was blind to the fact that he always was. That's authentic love. Someone who can stick by you in your flaws and in your mistakes and still want what's best for you and still love you. And I just know that I'm so blessed to be with Jack, because what I've always looked for in a guy since I was little, and I've been told to look for, is someone who is running after God and is going to run right by your side. I just feel like that is like a special bond that we have with our faith that is so rare in relationships nowadays, and I just feel really blessed to have that with him. I know that what I went through has put me where I am today. I was meant to be here and I was meant to share God's message, and I know that now. And I think that he puts you through the things that he does so that you can grow stronger. And has just wanted me to share my love for Christ and my faith with every single one of you, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm on YouTube. That is why I want to be a psychologist, so that I can sit and help people and make sure that no one ever feels like they should take their life, because we were all given life as a gift. I'm super glad that you guys watched this video today, because it's so special to me and I love to be able to share my testimony. I have never been happier. My friends now are amazing. What I'm doing with my life by leading retreats and Bible studies and being on YouTube and sharing my faith, school, my relationship, family, everything's a blessing. And I feel like sometimes you gotta go that little downhill slope to realize how good life really is. And it's amazing. And it's a blessing. And we should all realize that, even when times are hard. As always, I'm praying for you guys and I love you. God bless.